Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to Our Heritage on 91.3 Radio Maria, the voice of truth. Welcome to Our Heritage. Our Heritage is a program cut across Nigerian culture, cultural, food, festival, etc. Culture is a way of life, including acts and belief of institutions and populations that are passed down from generation to generation. Talking about passing culture from generation to generation, I like to talk about the talking about generation to generation. There is a grandiose celebration going on in the UK right now as Her Majesty Queen became the first British monarchy to celebrate Platinum Jubilee, marking 70 years of service to the people of the United Kingdom. I think that is hilarious. I saw how she brought her great grandchild. They were standing on the balcony, and then I saw that screen that the child made while those fighter jets were flying up. I think that is hilarious, and I like that the queen is already exposing the next generation or her great grandchildren, if you like, to the culture of the kingdom. Once again, my name is Stella Francis. I am your host on 91.3 Radio Maria, the voice of truth. Today on Our Heritage, we shall be discussing postpartum care. Our guest speaker is Mrs. Udoka Julius, a public servant. She studies religion management and cultural study in Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, Edo State. You're welcome to 91.3 Radio Maria, the voice of truth, Mrs. Udoka.
Thank you very much, Stella.
Together with Ms. Udoka, we shall give more information about postpartum care and more right after the break. Thank you for staying with us on 91.3 Radio Maria, the voice of truth. The topic for discussion today is postpartum care. The Igbo people call it Omugo. The Yoruba people, I think they call it Olojuju Omo. The people from the north call it Wankanjego. And when we progress, our guest speaker is from Edo State. She will tell us what they call it from Edo State. And when the phone lines are open, we will be happy for our listeners to call and tell us what postpartum care is called in their language. The postpartum period refers to the first 6 weeks after childbirth. This is joyous time, but it's also period of adjustment and healing for mothers. During this week, you will bond with your baby, and you will have post-delivery check-up from time to time. And it's expected that mothers are the ones who come for this, either Omugo or Wankanjego. And our guest speaker is a mother, so she has experienced different Wankanjego, if you like. Tell us what Wankanjego is, or the experience you had from the Edo background.
Okay, thank you very much, Stella. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you.
Actually, the Wankanjego, according to the Hausas, the way they call it, is a period in a woman's life after childbirth. And we all know that when a mother, or when any mother brings forth a child, it's always a joyful moment. It's a period of excitement. Well, as that period of excitement is, it also comes with some issues or some stress. So it's a must or a duty for the mom, the girl's mom, or the girl's mother-in-law to come for the woman, the lady who has given birth, so that they can take care of that woman. Right now, in the place where I am married to, that's Edo State, the postpartum care is called Ikokomo. Ikokomo, that means child care or something of that nature.
Okay.
Yes. So let me use myself for an example. When I give birth, I think for the first few days, I always get very tired. It's a process. Pregnancy itself is really stress-filled. Then going into that labor room, giving birth, pushing those children, It's not easy at all. So I'm going to use my last experience. I'm going to share it with people today. I gave birth to twins, and I gave birth to those twins after 9 years. So you can imagine, I had already had a daughter, so my body had already healed very well. I didn't know what childbirth was all about again. I'd forgotten about it all when God blessed me with twins, 2 boys. So when I gave birth, I had forgotten the whole process and all that. So in my own case, since my mom is still alive, she had to prepare herself to come for the omugo. In short, before I give birth, it's supposed to be that before you give birth, maybe at the 9th month or at the 8th month plus of the woman's pregnancy, the mom starts preparing herself to come. And your mom comes in with some spices, with some food delicacies that are meant to nourish the woman's body. Why is better, or why is preferable for the girl's mom to come for this postpartum care is because the girl bonds more with her mom. You know, the mom knows the daughter's body. The mom knows everything. The daughter is not shy to expose herself to the mom because there will be a lot to be done on the body of that girl because of the birth process she went through. So the mom arrives a few days, maybe a few weeks before the woman gives birth. And then when she comes, like I said, she comes with all those spices. You know, for a dosage, there's a spice that they call ugbesin. That ugbesin is meant to dissolve, you know, the blood clots in the woman's body. So when the mom arrives, when after the woman has given birth, you see the mom cooking different pepperish delicacies for the woman. This is to make the woman's inside, the womb, heat up well so that she can pass out those blood clots.
Thank you very much. Talking about heating the stomach with those spicy items, spicy edo, what did you call it?
Ubesin.
Yes. That's interesting. I wonder why sometimes it's not only about the food, because postpartum care is very important for the new mom, because some mothers or some grandparents, it is assumed that now the girl's mother is a grandparent. So some grandparents, when they come, they concentrate more in the kitchen. Do you think the kitchen aspect is the primary reason why the grandma should be around?
No, not really. It's not the only reason why the grandma should be around. Basically, the daughter's body is another place, a strong area of concentration, because the body is going through a healing process. Like nowadays, you know, if the woman gives birth naturally, maybe through normal childbirth, not CS, they will find out that they need to use very hot water to press all over the woman's body, in short, from head to toe. And you know, the woman is expected to, you know, go to the bathroom not putting on anything. That's why I brought in the aspect of me saying I think the woman becomes more comfortable with the mom around. So you know, when the woman goes into the bathroom, the mom, who is now a grandma, uses very hot water to press her body from head to toe. This is not done only once. It's not a day. I think this process goes through for about
2 weeks, or?
Yeah, no, I think maybe 3 to 4 weeks. She has to steam herself up so that, you know, the healing process
it's gradually. Yes, I can imagine the healing process is gradually. Yes. So she needs time, she needs care. Don't go and stick to the kitchen and feel that all you need to do is cooking. If you're coming to see your grandchild, you should come like a grandma. Don't go fixing nails and come in and feeling a certain way, because I have seen a grandma who went for omugo, and then she said that she's scared of baby, that the baby looks so tiny. I'm like, come on, that's your job to do, that's why you're here. But some people think like as if like it's a right, they come and take lots of benefit that comes with that omugo, or one kanjego if you like. So was that the same in your own case?
No, in my own case it was not it at all, because of course in my situation you as enough shared it. Anybody or my mom having it in mind coming for Ikokom or Mugo knew she had a lot to do for me, considering all I've gone through and considering the joy on ground. So she was not just all about the gifts she would get, the money. She was all about concentrating more on me and the babies. Like, she expected that I relax, sleep well, eat well, while she helps to nurse the children, give me space to be strong enough so that when she leaves, I can take up the job of nursing those children properly without any hitch, without me feeling sick or without me feeling bad. Because sometimes mothers that are not well taken care of go into depression through these processes. Yes, we ignore these parts a lot, but a woman who is not well taken care of, especially if that woman is just giving birth for the first time and does not understand motherhood, if the person coming in for mugo does not give in her best or do the best for that woman, they tend to go into depression.
I can imagine, because of course now she's dealing with herself and the child.
Exactly.
Maybe because she don't get enough sleep.
Exactly.
So she needs to sleep when the baby is sleeping. Don't say that is the mother should go to the kitchen before at this time the baby is sleeping. You don't have reasons to sit down that let the grandma bring food for you. No, grandma, is your job to do a lot of things so that the new mom can go through all the process gradually and successfully.
Exactly.
So that to avoid depression, because sometimes it's even the things that the grandma said. Okay, you at this time the baby is sleeping. Why don't you get up and do this? Why don't you do the house chores? You are African woman. I hear that a lot. An African woman is strong. She can do a lot of things. She can deal anything. Yeah, of course. I know that an African woman, she's spontaneous. She can deal with a lot. But grandmother, we should take it easy with new mom to avoid depression. And of course, depression is real. So what do you think about what can you tell us about you have mentioned the advantages of postpartum care. It also comes with the disadvantage. Sometimes now the grandmother, the paternal grandmother will like, okay, I'm the one, or the maternal grandma, we said, no, it's my daughter, I am the one. So which grandma, paternal or maternal grandma, is best to
yes, okay,
to give
let's
care?
not just judge it saying this person is the best or this person is not the best. It depends on where you come from, and it depends on the circumstance on ground at the point where you've given birth. It's possible my mom is not feeling too strong to come, my mother-in-law is fit enough to come. In that situation, I'll be inviting my mother-in-law to come for the omugwo. It's also possible maybe I don't have a mom. In that situation too, my mother-in-law will come for the omugwo. But on normal terms, it's supposed to be the mother of the wife, the woman that comes for omugwo, because the lady or the woman is more comfortable around her own mother. There are things she will want to share with her mom that she cannot share, even if, yes, we know there's a relationship between her and the mother-in-law. It's not same. No matter how we judge it, it can never be same. You understand? Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. No matter how we judge it, it cannot be same. But if the situation turns around, that is the paternal grandma that will be around, paternal grandma, please take it easy on your daughter-in-law. On this note, we'll go on a short break. When we come back, the conversation on postpartum care will continue. Very much for staying with us on 91.3 Radio Maria. My name is Stella Francis. We are talking postpartum care. Our guest, Mrs. Udoka, is really doing well with the topic. Before we go on the short break, we were talking about who to come for Wankanjego postpartum care, or if you like, or juju, or Lord Juju, or more as the Yoruba people will call it, and the Igbo people calls it, or Mugo. We were talking who best to come. Is it the paternal grandma or the maternal grandma? Our guest speaker said that she is more comfortable with her maternal grandma. That's her own mom. She prefers that her mom to come because she's more comfortable with her mom. So when we open the phone lines, we'll be happy to hear from you. Who do you prefer, your mom or the child's paternal grandma? Who you are expecting? But I would like to ask you a question. Say, for instance, your maternal grandma, okay, the child's maternal grandma, it's maybe, like you said, she's weak, she cannot come, or she's not she's not available to come, and then you invited the paternal grandma of the child, and then she is not giving you the care, because the care is very necessary. You need someone to care for you at that at that period of postpartum care. You need that care, and you are not getting it. I think it's safe to call for help. Do you think it's okay to call for help, or because of some reasons you will go through it?
I think to me, if you're not getting that care, maybe your mom is not strong enough, and then your paternal grandma has to come around, and she's not doing well, or she's not satisfying you feel your body is not recovering. Like I said, it's your body, it's you to continue. It's your brain not to fall into depression. So you have the choice to help yourself. Actually, it's better to do it sensibly. You don't do it like you are hitting on the paternal grandma. That's in everything we do. We should apply wisdom. You do it stylishly so that nobody is hurt. Maybe I think we need extra hands. We need help. I don't think we're getting through with this. Maybe you're a good mama with the children. Just maybe help me out with that while I invite somebody else to take care of my body, because I'm not seeing myself recovering fast. So everything you do in life is applying wisdom. So it's comfortable, it's okay to invite someone else for your health status and for your continuity.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much for that one. Don't compromise your health. Health is wealth. So our guest said that if you are not comfortable with the care getting from the paternal grandma, call for help, but just be diplomatic about it. Don't be disrespectful. Don't go complaining that this grandma is a certain way, she is behaving a certain way, she is cooking the food that look a certain way. I don't like it. You have to respect the paternal grandma and make it come to strike a balance by inviting somebody in a nicest way. Thank you for that one. On this note, we'll open the phone lines. Call us and tell us what you think about postpartum care and what postpartum care is called in your language. The number to call is 081 084 475 18, 081 084 47518. Another thing I would like to say, because you made mention of depression, don't go judging a new mom, because some people will say, she's lazy. I agree with you that if your paternal grandma, if the child's paternal grandma is not given the necessary care, you should seek for help. Okay, so tell us more about your experience.
Okay, more about my experience. My experience actually was fun. I found it very interesting. Like I said, I told you initially that I had forgotten all about the process, my body, what it takes to come back to normal. So I was finding it difficult sometimes, complaining. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm feeling very sick. My wounds are not healing. I don't know. And actually, because I had twins, so I was finding it very difficult to cope. And that's where the whole beauty of my mom coming in for Mugwo or for Ikukuomo, came in handy for me, because there she was trying to encourage me. Encouragement too was part of it, encouraging me. Don't worry, you'll get through it. It's normal. And one thing I also want to make us know is that the grandma coming for Mugwo needs to be experienced. There are some grandmas like Stella, you actually said, I took note, and some of them fix nails. They consider it a time to come and relax themselves in the daughter's houses. Some people always make mistakes. They say it's only when your mother-in-law is coming that such things happen in Omugwo. No, there are some moms that actually don't give you comfort during Omugwo. It's the truth. They come fix their nails. They'll say, it's been long. They enjoy themselves in the city. Mm-hmm. It's time for them to come and enjoy, blah, blah, blah. When they actually come, they come crossing their legs, telling you they've not eaten breakfast. You, that they are supposed to nurse, they are telling you they've not eaten breakfast. You should find solution to them. So, okay. I believe, from my experience, I enjoyed Omugwo. So also every woman should enjoy Omugwo, whether the mom is alive or not. You should have that figure, that special person who can give your body that comfort it needs, your brain that comfort it needs to go through that period.
Okay, thank you for very much for that one. If you are a grandma, you are listening. We are advocating. Our heritage is advocating. Please, when you're coming to meet your grandchild, be a grandma, be a great grandmother. By great grandmother, I said be a nice grandmother, so that even the mother, the child will feel the impact of your generosity, the care, the postpartum care you're giving to his mom. So that, you know, sometimes when the mom is stressed out, and then she just get crazy because she have to get used to the baby crying, demanding for food, and then the mother is giving problem, and then it just gets her crazy. I can imagine. I've never been there, but I just think that it's crazy because it's a new experience altogether. You're sleeping and then your baby is demanding for food, maybe crying or something. So mothers, please, when you're coming for postpartum care, please come with the mindset that is work. It's not time to come to city and a guest speaker. What do you think about what he said? That is a time for the child's mother to take care of the child's grandmother.
No. I think I disagree with our last caller. It's not the time, to be sincere. It's not the time. What I believe, you see where these whole issues are coming in from. I believe he is saying that because in the wife's own case, it's his mother that went for the omugo.
Okay.
You see where I'm talking about,
yes.
The comfort, where the comfort zone of the woman comes in.
Yeah.
When there's a difference between when the woman's mom comes for your mugo. I'm not trying to say there are no wonderful mother-in-laws. There are. You understand? I personally I had one wonderful mother-in-law before she passed on. Yeah, so rest. So I disagree with him because you can't say a woman who just went through stress. You know, sometimes recently they tell men to enter the labor ward where their wives are giving birth. They started doing it so that the men can watch and see the trauma, the experience the woman goes through. I think the thing that brings out that woman from that place is the joy of seeing that child. You know, the joy of seeing the child life in her arms to carry is what really, you know, strengthens a woman. It's the tough time a woman goes through in giving birth.
Okay, so thank you very much for that insight. Fathers should be allowed into the labor room so that they can see the process and see how hard it is to give birth. On this note, we'll go on a short break. When we come back, conversation on postpartum care will continue right after the break. Thank you for staying with us on 91.3 Radio Maria, the voice of truth. We are talking postpartum care, where in Yoruba we call it omojuju, or in Igbo it's called omugo. The Hausa people call it wankanjego. The Tiv people also call it yesi, and then the Edo people call it ikoko. So we have we are inviting you to also call us and let us know what postpartum care is called in your language. But before we go on that short break, we were talking to a caller who told us that the time postpartum care is the time to take care of the child's maternal grandma or the child's grandma, as the case may be, because she also have given birth. From what he said, the grandma also have given birth. She has gone through the process, and then the mother-to-be, the young mother, also will go through the process, and next time maybe she will also be the one going for omugo. So it's turn by turn, and he thinks that when grandmas go for omugo, they should be allowed to enjoy themselves. Okay, but now I'm talking about, before we go on that short break, I was also trying to talk about exercise, because some new mom, when they give birth, they give excuse, all manner of excuse why their tummy should be big, all manner of excuse why they should not take care of their homes, all manner of excuses. What do you think about that? Do you think a new mom should go to an exercise or to also get busy in the house regardless?
Yes, you are going through a period where your mom or your mother-in-law has come for mugo, doesn't mean the woman should also live herself like that. Although I know there are some certain local measures to take to help the woman's tummy from getting very big. I think the mother of the woman or the mother-in-law would tie her tummy with a wrapper, pad it very well, and she has to maybe sometimes sleep with that wrapper like that. I'll have that wrapper all through for about 2 to 3 weeks, and I guess it really helps with the hot water too to take the stomach back to normal. I'm not also disputing the fact that there are some people that naturally have their flat tummy, whether they give birth to 15 children or not, their stomach goes back to normal after birth. Yes, but what if it comes to a situation whereby that woman has used CS to give birth? So who will be tying the wrapper on that spot? You'll be injuring the place. So that's why I believe it doesn't. The woman has to also engage in one or two little exercises. Exercise your body, because a body that is left unworked on is a body that is down, or it's a body that will keep on being weak. You don't just say because I've given birth and my tummy is like this, I am lazy, I am going through tough times, so therefore you want to leave yourself just like that. It's also a time for you to work on yourself, so that at least you still be attractive to your husband. We should not always dispute that fact of being attractive after childbirth. You must not really look it, except I'm speaking wrongly. If you look at me from experience, I'm a mother of 3, except Stella is trying to say I'm not saying the truth.
No. Where I like that you're speaking from experience,
Okay.
because they said experience is the best teacher.
Yes.
And then this is what we are saying. My colleague also are all nodding their head in
Okay.
agreement, in agreeing to what we are seeing. You are not looking it at all. So
Thank you.
please, new mommies out there, we are calling on you. When you give birth, don't give excuses. Try to do something. Don't go sleeping. It's okay to rest, but also do something. And mother-in-laws who come for postpartum care, also encourage them. By baiting them, giving care is not enough. Also remind them some of those things they need to do to keep them attractive. You don't want your daughter come crying to you that maybe her husband is looking somewhere else. So
Yeah.
just like your mom, she was
Exactly.
so awesome to you.
Yes, very, 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 very awesome. I was free, just like she's saying. Went around cooking, carrying the children, making it easy for me. Although mine, I had I had to put in a little effort because I had twins. Yes, so it's not like
It's extra.
It's extra.
Yeah.
So grandma is not strong enough to handle them, so we had to have 1 or 2 hands. But it's just an amazing period where your mom gives you her best, and then you are recovering. And at the end,
Were you lazy?
no, I was not lazy. I was not lazy. And I think, Stella, you should know I was not lazy. If I were to be lazy, you will see it in me.
Obviously, you were not lazy.
I was not lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not lazy.
What did you say postpartum care is called in Delta again?
In Edo.
In Edo.
Ikokomo.
Ikokomo.
Yes, Ikokomo.
Is it the general name in Edo or?
No. This is for the Benin people.
Okay.
Yes, many places in Edo, I try to find out, don't
They
have the name they call postpartum.
Okay.
They still refer to it as Omugo.
Omugo. Okay.
So for the Benin people, it is Ikokomo. That is postpartum.
The Omugo has become a household
Yes.
name. Like everybody calls it Omugo,
Omugo,
even
yes.
people that are not from Igbo. From what she said, like it's not necessarily that it has to be a grandma to give postpartum care. Do you agree with that?
In our own case now, you heard her. She didn't have
Choice.
a choice. She had no choice. For me, I don't think a younger person can give what that experienced grandma will give. Omugo is experience. You need to be experienced. You need a mother figure. You need an experienced hand. Just like she said, you heard her when she said she had serious fever. Because no matter how strong a woman is, no matter how strong, once that woman has given birth, it's a must for her to calm down, receive that care. If not, the breakdown after the stress will not come easy. There are some women, such situations, maybe as she's broken down, to take her back to the hospital, which is not really called for. If she has an experienced hand, who will advise her? Don't look at yourself feeling so strong. You believe you are strong. Calm down, relax, let me take care of you. Press your body. They know what to do to prevent those issues that will cause that breakdown. So that young person will not understand it. She can only do what she feels they do the physical, pressing the body, but she doesn't know the tricks in it.
Okay, talking
Yes.
about
Yes.
breakdown. One time I was in Gwagwalada Hospital. I
Okay.
went to visit someone who was admitted in the hospital, and while I was going out, I saw a man carrying a baby, an infant, and then I was walking and I was wondering. My conscience kept telling me, well, how is this man carrying this baby? So I had to park and went to go and ask the man that, where is the child's mom? How is it that you are the one holding the baby? And he said that the mom is sick, and because the baby is she's an infant, they took her home. And you see the stress of bringing the child to the hospital once in a while, or once a day, to have some bonding time with the mom, and after them they return the child back to the house. So it is important that you take the care so that you don't you avoid leaving your baby at home and you being in the hospital, because it was not convenient for the hospital to accommodate baby and child. I don't know why, but I was just also being curious and also wondering, because there are a lot of crimes these days. And then I saw two men, a young man carrying a child and without a woman or mother. So that was why I had to ask. So by what you just said now, if you take care of yourself, you probably will avoid that going to the hospital and then leaving your child. You have great time to bond with your baby and all that. The number to call to make your contribution is 081 084 475 18. 081 084 475 18. That we are giving a chance for one last caller. The topic is postpartum care. Call us and let us know what postpartum care is. Call in your local dialect, or what was your experience if you have already given birth. So we are rounding up now. Mrs. Udoka, can you give us your final words?
Okay. Thank you very much. It's been an awesome time here. I think finally I want people to, the couple, to watch out. Giving birth and omugo process is not, something that's supposed to give you headache and pains. So grandmas should know that when you're coming, you should understand the pocket of your son-in-law as well. You don't just come expecting, as I'm going back, they're going to give me limousine, they will give me a bike, they will give me a Mercedes Benz. Understand, the pocket of your son-in-law, you know how they are. Support them, advise them, make your daughter go through the healing process well, let her heal well, and let her come out strong. And don't come expecting the world. If the man is okay, stable enough, whatever it is that they want to give to it, there are people who go for this omugo or this ikoko. When they are going back home, they go back with cars, or they go back with a car. Yes, there are some who they still go back with their little gifts, and they are comfortable with it. Whatever is given to you as a grandma, please joyfully take it back home. Share the little you can with your neighbors, telling them that you successfully went to nurse your daughter and your grandchild, and you are back and they are in good health. That is the most important.
Okay.
Yes, thank
you very much. The most important thing is that you come back with the good news that your both mother and child are in good health condition. Not to come and show off. For those who are privileged to go back with car, yeah, it's beautiful thing. But don't go discriminating on your neighbors that, okay, you came back with car and they just came back with a small bag. It's not the time to break the bank. It's the time to give care. It's the time to give postpartum care to your daughter-in-law. On this note, we say thank you for listening. For all our callers, we appreciate you. You're wonderful. For your experience that you share, we really appreciate. For those who were not able to call for technical reason or for network problem, apologies to you, and hopefully that next time you will call. Please stay with us on 91.3 Radio Maria. Our Heritage Cup with Stella Francis comes your way every Thursday and Friday, and have a blessed weekend. Thank you.